Oh, hi there. Dan Amrick, One of Swords, the Activision Community Manager, here to answer more of your questions on One of Swords TV, such as it is. This is my office at Activision, and if you would like to send me a question here, just go ahead and send it to youtube@oneofswords.com. I'll do my best to answer it. I can't always answer everything that I've gotten, though, because some people are asking me, like, weird legal questions that, A, I don't really know anything about the law. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a gamer. And B, even if I did understand the situation, I probably shouldn't say anything, because then people would think that because I was saying it, that Activision as a whole was saying it. And I do not feel like going to court just to, to go through those kind of things. So if I can answer your question, I will certainly try, and I will do any research necessary to try to figure out a definitive answer if you have questions that are that difficult. Today's question comes from Jeff Johnson. He's JeyNyce, and his question is not that difficult. I can actually answer this one because it's about me, and I'm always equipped to answer about me. He said, in your recent video, Life of a Gaming CM, what is your typical day like as a community manager? Do you play games all day? Do you spend a lot of time in meetings, or do the developers sometimes ask you to take a look at a game in progress? Let me break down those three things individually. Do I play games all day? No, but I try to play games every day. I do my best to try to play games that Activision makes so that I can be, knowledgeable when people come and ask me questions about them. So I do play Cabela's, I do play Skylanders, I play the Marvel games, I play Call of Duty. If we make it, I want to put hands on it and at least have the experience so that if somebody asks me what's it like to play that game, or what is that, game best for, I can say, oh, that's for young kids, or that's for adults, or, whatever it is. So I think that it's irresponsible if I don't play at least Activision games. And then because I'm a gamer, when I go home, I play other publishers' games because I also love other kinds of games. There's no hard and set rule that says I can only play Activision games. Do I spend time in meetings? Sure, some. I'm happy to say that my meetings are pretty light. I have one regular weekly meeting that's really important where I find out what's going on for the week, and that helps me plan what I want to blog about and what kind of announcements are going to be coming out that I'll be ready to support. And the rest of the stuff, I sort of make my own schedule, and I make my own work. Like, I decide, I think I should do a blog post on this, or, it might be something... I haven't done a giveaway for a while. I want to make a giveaway. Or the podcast. I do a weekly podcast. It takes about 3 or 4 hours a week to do, but I schedule that time myself, so that's okay. But mostly, thankfully, it's not meetings. It's me being able to respond to the community in real time and also plan kind of, what I want to write about, because I still see myself as a writer. Do the devs pull me in to check something out? On very rare occasions do I have that, and that's partly because I don't really work with what you guys would consider the developers. I work with the local production team. For every developer, there is a publisher production team. And so I'm over here with the publishers in the Santa Monica headquarters for Activision. So the publishers, the production team for Skylanders and Call of Duty are here, but the developers have their own offices off-site. So they do what they want to do, but that publisher, the production group is the key, is the glue that kind of keeps everything together. So I have access to them, and they have builds, but it's more of on a need-to-know basis. Occasionally I have been asked by developers, can I have your opinion on this, or can we have you play through this, or can you take a look at this? And that's very flattering. So I love those opportunities, but it's not really a big part of what I do. I would also say that most of my day, 80% of my day, is probably spent on social media, talking to people on Twitter, Facebook, talking, but also listening. It's an awful lot of listening, because if somebody has a question or a complaint or a suggestion for Activision, they seem to want to do it on Twitter. So I'm there partly to facilitate that two-way communication that wasn't really there before I got here. If you will remember back in 2009, I came on in 2010. Activision was really getting raked across the coals for some things people didn't like, and there was really nobody to speak to gamers as a gamer, but as an Activision employee. So that's where I came in. So I still see the primary part of my job is not meetings or playing games or helping the developers, but actually being available to the community to try to get into meaningful dialogues. Yes, this sometimes devolves into flame wars, but it's so much better, even if you're unhappy, if you can tell me, well, this is why I'm bothered, or whatever. And then I can, and I do, very regularly take that back up to upper management and say, here's what gamers are telling me about this, here's what I think we should be careful about. If you're going to announce this, don't use this terminology, that means something else in the game world. Those kind of things, that's a large part of what I do. So every single day in my job as a gaming community manager is different. There are days that I come in with a plan for exactly what I want to do, and I leave the office never having done any of that, and I have to do it all the next day because emergencies prop up, more interesting things happen, and I have to be ready to react to things in real time. So that's the typical day is totally atypical. Hopefully that answers what you're looking for, Jay. If you have a question for me, go ahead, send it to youtube@oneofswords.com, and I will do my best to answer it here on a future episode of One of Swords TV. Everything else I have is over at oneofswords.com. Go check it out. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.